Today we will learn how to write join statement in SQL or T-SQL. For example, in the Adventureworks database, they have two tables. One is the purchase order detail, another one is the product. So right now I'm connecting to my Adventureworks database using VS Code. If you don't know how to connect to a database using VS Code or SQL Server Management Studio, please go ahead and watch my prior video. So I'm gonna run this code here. Here they have the purchase order ID, they have a product ID, but it doesn't show you the product description or name. You don't know what the product ID mean. Is it a computer? Is it a phone? In the product table, it does include our information. Okay, product table have an ID, it have a name, it have a number, it have also some other property like color and so on. Let's say that we want to write a SQL query to grab all the column on the purchase order detail and the product name from the product table here. How are we gonna do that? So before we dive into the actual code, let's look at the concept of a Venn diagram in terms of intersection and union and different. For the case that in our example, we have two tables. A table on the left, we represent the purchase order detail. The table on the right will be the second circle, will be the product table. We want to find the intersection. We want to find for every product or order, there is a product description or name. So that's called an intersection. In SQL, we call that an inner join. They call it union. They call it a symmetric difference, and so on. This website, the author have made a very nice visual for us to learn. So let's say we want to write an inner join between two tables. We select the intersection between the two middle of the two tables, table A and table B. So the syntax would be select from table A, inner join table B on the key. In our scenario between the product and the purchase order detail, the key will be the product ID. Okay, for product ID on the product table will be the primary key. The product ID on the purchase order detail will be the foreign key to the product table. All right, let's go into our Visual Code and try that query. Include the name for every single product or product order detail. So you will start with your first table, will be your table A. So this one I'm gonna name it. Usually in query, you want to nickname your table, your view. Give it a nickname so you can reference to that table without have to type in the schema name and the view name or the table name. So this is our table A. The query said that give me all the row and all the column from the purchase order detail table. We need to do an inner join with the product table so we can grab the product name. Inner join. Okay. Now we have to specify the product table. So the product table is in the production schema. The foreign key on the purchase order detail is the product ID. So we can say on POD product ID equal the primary key of the product table. We want to grab the name of the product. So I'm gonna list it right here. Now we're gonna run the query. Okay, you see the product name right there? That means for every single row on the first table, it will join with the second table based on that key, and it only gives you the intersection. Okay, this one right here. But let's say we want to name this column to be a product name, because the column name right now to the name is not very descriptive. So you can give an alias product name. Okay, then run the query again. Press Ctrl Shift E or click on the play icon. There you go. So this is your first Inner Join query in SQL. Let me know if you have any question in the comment.